Hey, Nutty Buddies. Welcome back. I hope you're doing well. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm going to be doing things a little bit different in this video. To add some levity, I'm going to be showing my cats in slow motion here. I just want to try to communicate with you guys what's been going on with me and kind of get that out of the way. It's not an easy discussion for me to have. I don't want anybody being worried, so I'm going to do my best here. Okay, so long story short, I am going to be having a hysterectomy because I do have this stuff. I'm reading this off. I have written down my thoughts so that they're somewhat orderly. So I'm going to be having a hysterectomy. Close to the end of January, I believe January 22nd. And, that's what's going to be going on. Now, I'm not... What happened is I have an ovarian cyst and some fibroids. Some time ago I started bleeding. I've been in menopause. I'm in menopause. I'm in full-blown menopause. So for me to have bleeding is abnormal, okay? So I had bleeding. I went to the doctor and I ended up being told that I had a cyst and a fibroid and to come back and that it's probably no big deal. And then I came back, and in the time frame, but in between, I was sick. Twice, a lot of people were sick, and it was kind of hard. It's kind of hard to know when you have the flu or whatever their stuff, what else is going on with yourself. But I had bleeding 2 other times since the first time I went to the gynecologist. So when I went back, they did all the things and saw that my cyst has grown and basically said, okay, we're going to just go ahead and give you a hysterectomy. Now, I'm not scared and I'm not worried about the surgery. I have had gallbladder surgery and I have had gastric sleeve surgery, both of which are more difficult surgeries. So this should be a walk in the park for me as far as that goes. And so that's not the situation. I'm just wanting you guys to know what's going on with me and how I'm going to be a little bit off with this situation going on. I have been off. I have a bunch of different things going on with me on a regular basis that make me hormonal already, that make me a lot of things already, that make me achy, that make me fatigued, that cause me to be fatigued, chronic conditions, causing me to be in pain, all these different things, okay? And I just try my best to make the most of it, the best of it, and the most of it, and do the best that I can. I have been slipping on that, and I intend to change that. That's another conversation, okay? On this, it has been making me very, causing me pain. I'm used to pain. I have a very high pain tolerance. But this situation has been causing me pain that I'm not able to tolerate very well. And it has been messing with my hormones, I'm sure. And I have been crazy, moody, hormonal, and feeling all kinds of feelings. So if I've been out of sorts, or if I have been any kind of way, negatively, I'm sorry, and that's why. And all I can tell you guys is feel glad for me that I have such a supportive, loving husband that is tolerating me through all of this, because I have not been fun to be around. I have not. And I'm going to try to work a little bit harder on that to not be acting that way. But it's easier said than done. Because of all this stuff that's going on, I haven't been moving around. I haven't been cleaning. I haven't been keeping on top of things. And I'm overwhelmed because of it. And I did some stuff yesterday, and I ended up, and it wasn't even a lot of stuff that I did. But I actually tried to do some stuff, and then I had this intense amount of pain. So it's very frustrating. And you can probably hear the annoyance in my voice. And I'm sorry about that, because this whole point of this channel was to help myself, motivate myself to do the things that I think I should be doing. And it has done that, and it is doing that. And part of this conversation is about that, okay? But I have a time limit on this conversation with this video. So I still have some time, so I'm going to keep talking. So the biggest thing that happened to me around this hysterectomy is, since I was, I don't know, a teenager, since I like I said, I have a lot of things. I have a lot of things that are chronic, degenerative. What's that word for birth, when you've had it since birth? I can't think of it right now, but that I was born with. I can't remember the name for that, but things that I'm born with, things that aren't ever going to go away, all these things. And again, I'm not complaining. There's some people that have so much more struggles that accomplish so much more than me. So I'm not at all sorry for myself or feeling any kind of way like that. But what did happen is, like I said, when I was, I think about when I was like 12, 13, between 13 and 15, somewhere around in there, I was told, because of how I am built, because of my joints, because of my degenerative bone condition, that and abnormalities, that I was not going to be able to have children. So, and that has been true. I was able to become pregnant, but I was not, because of my build, my bones and the way they are, I was not able to carry. And I've had several miscarriages, but they were all within like a week to 2 weeks time. So it wasn't like a real huge hardship like maybe some other women experience when it's like a month or 2 months or 6 months. I could only imagine, how that might feel. But basically, I have known and understood and accepted that I am not going to have children for a long time, for as long as it has mattered, for as long as I've been capable, pretty much. I've known this. And I went to the doctor that I currently have now. This was some years ago, like 5-7 years ago, somewhere around there. I'm really bad at time and keeping up with things like that if I don't write it down. But anyway, this doctor, I had crappy doctors and crappy therapists and crappy all of it, and really bad experiences. I've had some really bad experiences with doctors and therapists, and I know that other people have as well. But I finally got this doctor that's good, and she's just she saved my life. She's helped me so much, and I'm so fortunate to have come across this, to come to this doctor that is a good doctor that I trust. And that is just something that I can't tell you how important it is to have, and how thankful I am that I have it. But anyway, this doctor that I'm speaking of now, she diagnosed me with hypo. I believe it's there's hypothyroidism and hyperthyroidism. I never can keep them straight, but it's the one where you're more prone to stress and more prone to gaining weight, which was, just the last thing I needed. I already have problems. I mean, I really sound like a real whiner here. But basically, she got me on this medication, levothyroxine. And it has to be monitored. It has had to be changed several times. And the thyroid messes up everything. I mean, it's just the simplest way of putting it. It screws with everything, like literally everything. So it kind of explained a lot. It kind of explained a lot, and I have a lower immune system and everything else. So I have multiple things that are going on that give the same symptoms. So it's like the thyroid thing, like when your levels are off, I mean, it messes with your hormones too. So it's like, for lack of a better word, it's like you're having PMS times 5, when the stuff is off, and fatigue times 5, and all the things, and so with the menopause, and then it's like, it's really hard to know, hey, something else is happening with me. My body has gone through a lot of changes this last year or two. A lot of changes. So it's a lot of like kind of having a hard time knowing what's going on or if there's something wrong. Okay. So when I started bleeding, I really freaked out. I'm not going to lie about it. And when my doctor diagnosed me with a hypothyroidism, I think it's hypothyroid. I think, she said, now that you're on this medication, she goes, I don't know who told you that you weren't going to be able to have children. Now, she's not a bone person. She wasn't doing x-rays, so she might not have understood that I knew that I could become impregnated. I'm just not able to carry. But so it could have been that, I don't know. But she was like, now that you're on this thyroid medication, it's possible that you could become pregnant. Okay. And I'm like, at that point in my life, I'm like, I don't, before I married my husband, we talked about this. I let him know that I wasn't going to be able to have children, the weird thing that happened is when I went into the doctor and found out that I needed to have a hysterectomy. I'm not nervous. I'm not scared. I'm not even worried about the recovery. But what was weird that happened to me was I got in my feelings about not being able to have kids. And I guess I just wanted to share that with you guys, and let you know also that I have this surgery coming up, and not to be being worried about me. In the end, this surgery coming up is actually a really good thing for me. I'm going to talk about this more. I have intention of talking about this more in another video where I go talk in detail about the situation with my health and weight loss, my gastric bypass sort of journey and what led up to that. And I don't have all these things that happened to me. Like I had the gastric sleeve. I lost a lot of weight. I was sick. I was like really, really bad sick. My medicine was all messed up. I went through all this stuff. And basically, one of the times I got sick, I mean, it's a big, long story. And I'm watching the video. And I'm seeing Monster. And I'm seeing that it's about time to end this video because now the pictures are coming up. So I'm just going to have to talk about that another time. I guess I just wanted to let you know I've got a lot of things on my mind to share and talk to you about. I'm going to do it when I can. I want to talk about the Lunar New Year. I want to share healthy recipes. But this is a good thing because it's kind of lighting a fire under my butt to do what I can and take control over what I can control to be healthier, because I've gained weight. I've gained like 20 pounds, and that's not good. And I know what it is I need to do, and I've done it before, and I can do it. And I appreciate all these other creators that have been talking about these things. Kitty Street, Twisted Gypsy, Holler Time, just off the top of my head, actually, to name a few. Now, I'm unable to do the Ozempic or the Mounjaro or whatever because I don't have diabetes. That's a plus, because I used to have diabetes. I went to my doctor, and she's like, you have diabetes and you can fix it. You can fix it if you fix it within this certain time frame. And guess what? I did. With her help, I was able to no longer be diabetic. So that's a good thing. That's a good thing. All right. So I'm gonna try to keep you guys updated. Again, please do not worry. I'm gonna do the best I can to do as much as I can without overdoing it, which is kind of a difficult thing to do. It's really difficult to figure out. Like I think I said already, yesterday I did some stuff. I didn't even do a lot of stuff, because I'm wanting to do these things and get them done and organize and put things away and clean and all the things. And here goes some cornbread like that. I'm just showing you, hey, I'm not necessarily making the best choices here. And I made a real raw, real video, shop with me Dollar Tree haul, where I hauled all this shit that I should not have gotten for myself. And it's good that this has happened, because seeing myself on video talking about it, going, what am I doing? I've already gone and given most of that junk to my husband. And my husband is skinny as a rail. He can eat what he wants, though he needs to eat better too. He hasn't been well either. He's been having issues, and I try to, so you're going to be seeing more from me, sharing these things with you. I guess on some level I was scared or nervous to share some of these things, because other creators share just about everything I talk about in such a better way. But I can't do that, because these people have inspired me and helped me, and I want to inspire and help myself, and maybe, just maybe, I can also inspire and help you guys, and share what I've learned. I'll see you next time. Thank you for watching.